Hi, I'm Julie Seibert from Compass Community Center. I wanted to thank the City of Lake Worth and the Commission for committing all that you did for the Veterans Day Parade. I know that everyone had an amazing time. I wanted to thank the opportunity to be able to work with members of the Centennial Committee as well, because it was a really eye-opening experience for me. And thank you, Greg. You're still the best parade MC that Lake Worth has ever seen. Yes, that's true. I'm here tonight because I would like to invite the City Commission and the City of Lake Worth residents to a very important federal exhibit that is coming to Compass. This Thursday, January 6th, we will be having the grand opening of the December 6th. We will have the grand opening of the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum traveling exhibit. This is why I'm so proud to work at Compass. It is truly a historical gift to the community. The 8-week traveling exhibit from December 6th will be free to the public until January 25th. The name of the exhibit is just a slice of the amazing and immense history that the Holocaust gives us. Is the Nazi persecution of homosexuals, 1933 to 45. The reason why this exhibit is so important is because universal lessons of this period of history are truly understood. And we're sensitized to persecution and discrimination and hatred in the world today. And the experience of the victims of the Nazi persecution and the background to that persecution should be included in the examination of the entire Holocaust experience. Stereotyping and judgment and the polarization of society. Not everyone can be as diverse and welcoming as the City of Lake Worth, but the idea of us and them can be detrimental and damaging in today's schools, can see bullying. So it's very important for our youth. So we'll have Holocaust survivors to be able to speak, and we have a student tour at 4:30 this Thursday. So we invite you all to come see the exhibit.
Chip Guthrie, followed by Suzanne Squire.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, and Manager, City Attorney. I just want to take a minute to brag a little bit about our CRA staff and past boards that enabled the framework of our own CRA to receive the Outstanding Affordable Housing Award at the State Association of Community Redevelopment Agencies annual conference this past October. Out of 208 statewide CRAs, only 9 awards existed, and we received one of them. The award was for the consortium that was put together to apply for, receive, and carry out NSP 2 $23 million grant. While I was not part of that board at the time, it was interesting to learn just how difficult and risky it was to have put together a grant application with 20 different agencies, construction companies, architects, engineers, and utility companies, and on. Lake Worth CRA stood out among the others at the state convention, and our executive director was sought out by other CRA directors to offer advice on how others might replicate her success here in Lake Worth. I learned that even though we stand out in the state of Florida as an innovator and have developed a real flavor of our own downtown as that of an artsy, funky, diverse alternative to scenes like Delray and West Palm, who also have CRAs, unfortunately we also stand out in stark opposition to many communities wishing to attract the redevelopment offering incentives that many in our own community would find offensive. One such community was Lakeland, who designed a 4-story parking garage right in the middle of their historic downtown to address issues that we in Lake Worth can relate. The architect designed a structure so that the exterior resembled street front shops, restaurants, bookstores, and the like to fit into the historic neighborhood. At night, their centerpiece is bathed in uplighting. Look closely through the windows and doors, and you can see. Is that my 3 minutes? Oh, it's 2 minutes now? I had this time for 3.
Can you provide a copy to us?
I'll go ahead. Thank you very much, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thank you very much. Suzanne Squire.
thought somebody was joking when he had one of those timers out there in the audience. I could put up
Is this part of it too?
Put in the car and finish it.
Those are for each of the, I don't know, is that
What item is this? Participation. Real principles and fundamentals of government are worth the time to take to learn, think about, and put into practice. Good government law and truth justice could not happen without them. Dean Taffel. On the question of the delegation of power plus the price we the people pay for, no public comment on consent agenda items, including only a 2-minute time limit on all other items. When you each personally raised your hand and took the oath of office, you stated you're a recipient of public funds and solemnly swore you would support the U.S. Florida Constitution and our city charter, which says you are limited only by the Constitution. This is your job or your first mission statement from which all others are created and should conform to. You're responsible to promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. This is important because you'll remind us later tonight about affidavits and oaths for parking permits, to tell the truth or be prosecuted for perjury, and even ask us for money for a debt-troubled federal program. Our federal debt is now over 16 and climbing. Print money out of thin air for federal grants we take, adding more debt for our grandkids to this unsustainable total. So seriously, about the consent thing, our original veterans, the founding fathers, said plainly, powers come from the consent of the governed. Remember, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Anything else is in violation of the fundamental protection of our basic constitutional rights. The people require more control over their agents to protect their rights and their interests or money. Checks and balances are a must. Powers must be delegated and never concentrated where fraud can happen much easier. Straight up math, bribe 5 people or 1 person with power.
There's more.
I can't do this on the page. Okay. I'll be happy to provide. You have copies, each and every one of you? Okay. If anybody would like a copy, please contact Pam. Or Susan, the city clerk. Okay. All right, any more cards there, city manager?
That's it.
Thank you. Commissioner comments to the Vice Mayor?
Just one briefly, Mr. Tim, your concerns over the CRA expenses. In a nutshell, in practice, I think what happens here is the CRA is actually giving or paying the city, if you will, a sum of money on an annual basis for us to perform the services. Do you follow me? The CRA is actually giving the city money to perform the services that you described in the CRA district.
Commissioner McCoy?
I too wanted to follow up on Mr. Tim's comments, and because I share his concern, and for me at least, the response that Commissioner Maxwell has provided, that this is just a pass-through, we take the money from them and organize providing the service, it's not very persuasive to me. I would think that, why can't they do that themselves? If they receive revenues, why would we administer the grants or the contracts or whatever it is? I don't quite follow that, and I had some level of discomfort with some of the items for that reason as well. It just seems to me more direct. If this is a CRA activity and they're responsible for it, and it receives the revenues from the area and it applies to the area, wouldn't it be cleaner to just park that over there? And maybe the things that I don't know as to why it is the way it is, but I share the concern.
Vice Mayor?
And I want to change this up for just a second. Julie, I'm sorry, did you mention the time on Thursday evening?
The student tour and talk with survivor Norman Freeman is from 4:30 to 6, and the reception starts following after at 6 p.m.
And this exhibit is an ongoing exhibit for how many days?
8 weeks and through January 25th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Rosso?
I want to take a moment and thank Julie Seibert. If you don't know, Julie Seibert actually worked with Juan in Public Works to bring you all the events that happen from the stage for Veterans Day. So Julie, I want to thank you for taking the time. And let's talk about the CRA a little bit. As the liaison to the CRA and also as the past co-chair of